Assalamu alaikum everyone.
Wa alaikum assalam.
For this meeting, we've been asked to put together a program about Jalsa for kids.
Oh wow, that's a brilliant idea. That should work out very well.
Yeah, because during Jalsa we always see adults in MTA, but we never see children.
Good point. I think we should ask people our age what they like about Jalsa.
Great idea, but how do we go about this?
Maybe we should ask grown-ups in MTA for our help.
Perhaps first we should ask the programming department about how we should start and what we should do first.
Brilliant. Let's take our idea to programming and ask them what we can do. Who's willing to help?
We'll do it.
Once you come back, we will split all the other roles up between us.
After we all met, Alia and Archie requested a meeting with Qasid Moin from the programming department. He was really kind and agreed to help us.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Do you know which type of program it is that you're
We
making?
want to make a program about children in Jalsa for people our age.
So that's good, you know about your target audience. Then you need to know other specific things as well. For instance, you need to have a script ready. Then after that comes the fun part, which is the filming part. Then it comes to programming, and that's the last step, where the content of whatever has been said in the program, whatever has been shown, that gets approved.
Okay.
This is the whole, procedure of how this works.
Jazakallah. We will get right to work.
It was time to write a script and prepare a storyboard. We also needed to plan how we wanted to film our piece, so we got to work writing the script. Khudra and I created the storyboard. Once the script was done and the storyboard ready, we thought now would be a good time to start thinking about filming. Talha and Nasir went to talk to Adnan Bhai in stores. They had so much fun learning about all the amazing equipment in MTA. It's all really expensive and heavy, however, so we weren't allowed to use it ourselves. But the ladies' production team helped us film interviews at Fazl Mosque and Battle Futur so we could use them in our piece. They were so helpful and it was great fun to work with them. Filming was finally done. We all really enjoyed it, but it was hard work. Now we needed to start editing our piece, so we asked Naila Baji from the ladies' production team for help.
Assalamu alaikum, Ali and Ashir. I hear you're making something for this year's Jalsa.
Wa alaikum assalam, Naila Baji. Yes, we have done all the filming. Now we just have to do the editing.
Okay, well I can help you with that. What's important at the editing stage is that you have your storyboard, and I think you brought yours with you.
Yes, yeah. What is editing?
Editing is where you choose what you want to get rid of and what you want to keep from everything that you filmed.
What if when you're filming you get it in the wrong order?
That's okay, you can put it in the right order at this stage according to the scenes in your storyboard.
But what if in one of my interviews I have a little laugh?
That's okay as well. We can cut out all of the different takes and make sure it looks really professional in the final product.
Phew.
Should we get started?
Yes.
As our piece is about Jalsa, she said we could use some of the footage from past Jalsas. That was really helpful, since Jalsa hadn't even started. That meant that our piece can be finished before Jalsa, so it can start airing as soon as possible. She also told us about adding sound effects or even nazms in the background to draw in the viewer. After we had edited our piece, we realised that some of the interviews were in Urdu. That could have been a big problem, since not every child all around the world can understand Urdu. But thankfully, we were told that it would not be such a big problem after all. This is what subtitles are there for.
Assalamu alaikum, Baji.
Assalamu alaikum, Talal. How can I help?
I wanted to know, how do you subtitle a program?
So to subtitle a program, we first need the translations from the translation department. Once we get the translation, we have this special software which we use to subtitle. You enter the translation into that, you open the video, and then you're ready to put all the subtitles on.
Jazakallah.
How do you know if the subtitles are too light or dark for the background?
So for that reason, so it doesn't interfere with the shots themselves, we put a box around it. White and black is very clear to see, and then we can be sure that the subtitles are readable.
We've made a piece for Jalsa and it needs subtitling. Please can you help us with that?
Yes, absolutely. Let me have a look. We can do that, inshallah. Let's get on with it, and I will get that to you soon. Jazakallah.
Every program produced in MTA needed colourful and interesting graphics, especially kids' programs, to make it look really professional. So Ayu and Ashir volunteered to go to the head of graphics to find out more.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. We are making a program for MTA about kids at Jalsa, but we need your help with the graphics.
Okay, sure.
Why do we need graphics?
Well, Asha, that's a really good question. You see, we add graphics to make our programs look more creative. And especially if you're making a program for children, then you can use graphics to make it more eye-catching and entertaining.
We made a video. Can we show you it?
Yeah, let's have a look.
Got any duties?
Yes, I do. I got the water duty. I have the water giving duty when I give.
Ghalib Bhai showed Ayu and Ashir the best techniques for graphics and asked him a lot of questions.
How do you know which colours and shapes to use?
Yeah, it's a really good question. Thing is, when we look at colours and shapes, all of that communicates different feelings and emotions. So if you do something with very dark colours, it's not going to look very happy. And in the same way, if you want someone to feel happy when they see it, you can use brighter colours. So we use basically that principle, and for each colour that represents different emotions that we try to communicate. So for this year, we're trying to focus on Jalsa being a happy place, that people are coming together from all different countries. So we're using quite bright colours and very modern shapes to make it look like a fun, modern event.
How do you know which fonts to use?
So if you're making some graphics for your program, which is going to be viewed by children, it's a good idea to use larger fonts that's easier for them to read. And maybe you can use some with some more fun shapes in the fonts as well, to make it look more interesting. Okay?
Yes.
Hooray! We're finished! Well, that was hard work. Finally, it was time to see if after all the effort, the piece could be broadcasted on MTA. Time to visit the manager and director, Muniruddin Shamsab, and show him what we had done.
Assalamu alaikum, Shamsab.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you?
Good, alhamdulillah.
Yes. What can I do for you?
We have made a short piece for Jalsa Salan and we needed your final approval before it's sent to transmission.
Let me see.
How do you feel about Jalsa?
I feel quite exhilarated as there are loads of fun things to do there.
Right. Well done. Looks good. What do you want to do with that then? Want to broadcast it on MTA International? Okay, what you can do is, when you finalize it, give it to the programming department. They will just check everything, and if everything is okay, then they will be sending it to the scheduling department, who will schedule the program when it is going to be broadcast, and then it will be sent to the transmission department, and then inshallah it will be broadcasted.
That's great. Jazakallah for your guidance and help.
You're welcome.
Alhamdulillah, Shamsab liked our piece. As Shamsab suggested, we went to Casted By for final approval. This was a bit nerve-wracking, as it was the final step before we would definitely know that our programme could be aired. We went to his office where he watched our programme. It was a nail-biting moment. But he approved it, alhamdulillah. Now it's off to scheduling to find out when our piece will be scheduled for. Alia spoke to Haneen Baji.
We've just made a program for Jalsa, and Shamsab told us to come to the scheduling department to get it scheduled. How does the schedule look like?
Schedule look like, okay. This is how our schedule looks like.
Wow, that's colourful.
Isn't it? The schedule is colourful because it's colour-coded.
Can you schedule a program?
Finally, our programme was done and scheduled, and viewers all over the world will get to see it on MTA International very soon. The transmission department even explained to Talha how they're going to play our programme from Fazl Mosque during Jalsa. They put the final programme into their playlist, and on the scheduled day and time, it will be broadcast to the world. Right now.
काफिले दर काफिले उशाक के आए हैं मेहमान मसीह.
How do you feel about Jalsa?
I feel quite exhilarated as there are loads of fun things to do there.
I feel really excited. Last year was really amazing and I think this year will be even better.
How do you feel about Jalsa?
Happy.
I feel very excited about Jalsa.
What's your favourite thing about Jalsa?
I like reading the mass behind the Zur. I like eating kulfis. I like the food, stools and everything's quite nice. I get the chance to play as well and read the mass behind the Zur. It's the main thing.
Play with my friends.
You get to see different people from different countries.
आपको जलसे में क्या पसंद है?
मुझे जलसे में बाज़ार पसंद है क्योंकि वहाँ बहुत सारी अच्छी बाज़ारें होती हैं, बहुत सारे लोग मिलते हैं.
हुजूर का खुतबा सुनना.
The favourite part of Jalsa is helping other people around.
Meeting people and having the food.
What fun things do you like?
Well, the buggy ride at the bazaar and when we go to the tents at night.
I love that I get to listen to Hazur's speech.
I like debate because it feels quite peaceful.
I like listening to Hazur's speeches and seeing Hazur coming out of his house and going into the marquee.
Have you got any duties?
Yes, I do. I got the water duty.
I have the water giving duty when I give water to the people who need it.
I also do water duty.
Duty करती हूँ.
जी मैं पानी की ड्यूटी करती हूँ.
I do water duty. I do water duty as well.
I like to do the water duty because it feels like I'm helping the whole community.
काफिले दर काफिले उशाक के. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Perhaps that's we should have the program.
What's happening? I was
अब ड्यूटी करते हो? नहीं.
We can add graphics to stop.
How do you feel about Jalsa?
I feel really excited.
It's okay, we can just pretend we're having a discussion. Silent discussion. Sorry?
What's my question? Oh yeah.
I like football. I'm not a very good player, so I play on the PlayStation.
Well, the buggy ride, the bazaar, and when we go to the camps at night.
How?
I don't know. What type of food do you like?
A towel.
Thank you.
Water duty? Yeah, we all start there. Do they still have the milk bottles? They fill the milk bottles up and put water in that.
How do you feel about Jalsa? Well, I feel very excited because I get to... Sorry.
Jazakallah.
We thank you, Allah. We thank you, Allah. We thank you, Allah, for giving us Khilafah.